Remember Rampage Jackson? He was one of the main guys to take MMA from an underground sport to a mainstream phenomenon. With his explosive and violent fighting style, he was one of the baddest dudes to ever enter the Octagon. And he even got a championship belt along the way, but that was like 15 years ago. So where's Rampage Jackson now? I'm Riley Winn, and I'm here to tell you just what happened to UFC pioneer Rampage Jackson. Quinton Rampage Jackson was a wrestler in high school and college before pursuing an MMA career over in Japan. He became a star in Japan's Pride FC. After a very successful career overseas, he went on to fight for the World Fighting Alliance, which was later acquired by the UFC, and along with that deal was Jackson's fight contract. Less than a year after joining the UFC, Rampage would defeat MMA legend Chuck Liddell for the light heavyweight championship in 2007. He took his UFC stardom and has stepped into Hollywood as well over the years. His biggest role being B.A. Baracus in the star-studded A-Team that not a lot of people went and saw, but hey, me and my friends in high school loved the movie. Jackson would go on to fight in the UFC for a couple more years before leaving because of disagreements with Dana White and fighter treatment. He dipped his toes in pro wrestling with TNA Impact and then headed over to Bellator MMA. Different organization, same success. In less than a year after joining Bellator, Rampage would go on to win the Season 10 light heavyweight tournament. Rampage actually tried to come back to the UFC and ended up fighting in one match against Fabio Maldonado, but only one fight because of contract disputes with Bellator. They challenged those disputes and renegotiated a contract, and he returned to Bellator. He racked up a few more wins, as well as losses, but definitely got a good personal W when he knocked out longtime rival Wanderlei Silva. Rampage actually had his last fight towards the end of 2019. But in 2021, Jackson said on the MMA Hour podcast that he regretted partaking in that fight because he was dealing with health issues that he didn't address properly. On that same podcast, Rampage said, and I quote, "Even though I'm a lot older and stuff now, I want to make one last comeback because I love this sport. I've seen many fighters retire and miss the sport and come back, but they wait too long. They come back after 3 or 5 years and it's just not in them. I feel like with the type of mind I've got and the heart I've got, I feel like I could come back and just entertain fans." Fighters who fight past their prime are sometimes sad to watch, so I would recommend against it. But if he loves the sport and can collect some cash, then go for it. He may not be the dominant, violent force he once was, but Rampage Jackson would definitely put asses in the seats. What are some other athletes who were absolute studs that you're not sure where or what they're up to now? Let me know in the comments below or hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Riley Winn. See you on the next one.